I don't know who owns this fucking
I
remote.
hate this mic stand. What? No, can't get it up. If you were my girlfriend, you'd know. No, I can never not get it up. She loves me, Don. Alright, we've got one more act. and I'm gonna fuck him.
He's gonna fuck you.
He's the co-host here. He runs the show with me at Funny Bones. He's a very good comedian. He's one of my favourites. And then he's going to go up here and do a set, and then we'll have a quick 10-15 minute break. That sound good? Yeah. Alright, please welcome to the stage, Dan O'Farrell!
That's the story I do another. How's everybody keeping well? Who did the circumcision line, by the way? Fair play, well, I'll tell you, if she does my will, that was very good, I like that. How many keep an electrician? Who's the electrician as well? You. You're an electrician from Clondalkin. So I have a question for you. I'm having an issue with my fuse box. Can I buy some cocaine off you? Fucking lovely, here we go. Who's the geologist? So, just anyone that doesn't know Clondalkin, he studies rocks at Clondalkin, they smoke them. That's Look, listen, I'm from Crumlin, I'm not saying myself, you know, we are from there. The only good thing we have is Conor McGregor. I don't know if you've been looking at the news lately, but it turns out he did some really horrible stuff. MMA? Oh my God! Take it easy. He was in the Oval Office there recently, and he was there with Trump and Elon doing all that bullshit. And I was looking at that picture of them there, like just coked up with their coked up kids. I had this realization, I'm not much of a conspiracy theorist myself, much like Jack, but I have a new tinfoil hat theory. I think they're trying to make everything look so fucked that AI starts looking more real. You know what I mean? Like every time Elon Musk fails to Photoshop a smile onto his kids' faces, Donald Trump has to go up and just be like, Bugs Bunny's the new Secretary of Education. They say, what will the wabbit know about school? He's a very clever wabbit. The hunters say wabbit season. He says duck season, the wabbit lives. But you know, like I'm not a big fan of AI myself. You know, if I'm paying for something, I like the real thing. I like a bit of private. Like it's why I can't drink Guinness Zero, you know what I mean? I don't like Guinness Zero, it's all of the cream, none of the steam. It's fucking terrible. And then you still get the Guinness shots after. What's the fucking point? You wake up the next day, no hungover, never got drunk, and then you're still trying to fucking like pass an encyclopedia through a letterbox. Fucking disgraceful. It's like paying a hooker to lie in bed beside you. You go, not tonight, I because I like drinking. I love drink. I need it. I need drink. That usually happens when I drink too much. My problem is I got into alcohol accessories, drugs. And I like drugs. Drugs are fun, but don't do them. Don't do them. They're bad for your brain. They're bad for your nose. With a nose as big as mine, you've got some margin for error. I wouldn't recommend them to a friend. I've sold them to friends. But that's just me, that's just my life. Because you know, drugs, they get you into stupid situations with even dumber people. Like I used to work in the HSE, Simon Harris was the Minister for Health at the time. Fucking poxy handshake, by the way. It's like shaking hands with a whisper, you know what I mean? It's like trying to grab custard. Like the fella says he has a firm grip on the problems of Ireland, I don't think he's on a firm grip on anything in his fucking life. But down the road, all my mates, they lived in a kind of in a gaff down the road. It was a crack down with a Spotify playlist really, but we had fun there. And every day I'd knock in there, crack a can open at 4:30, take a sip, all of a sudden it was 3 a.m. You know, the clocks go forward, I don't know! But we're here and we're having fun. And this gaff had a real afters vibe to it, you know. And for anyone here who's normal, there is a difference between a gaff and an afters. You see, a gaff is where you go when you want to be with your friends. And an afters is where you go when you don't want to be with yourself. We're all just peeing or panning it up there. Hoping the only time we have to look in the mirror is if we're smelling something off of it. And up there there's every drug known to man, cocaine, ketamine, MDMA. There's 2 skag heads scraping black mold off the wall, so I heard you get your head, oi brother, mix it in. There's people doing poppers. Have we heard of poppers? Is this a poppers crowd? Some of you look Nazi as fuck, you know what poppers are. Poppers, for anyone that doesn't know, it's called amyl nitrate. You buy it in sex shops because it's widely used among the gay community. And the reason for that is you take a little sniff of this liquid gold. It gives you a head high, it loosens your muscles. It's like a gay little headlock, basically. And we love a little gay headlock and pull right on. Oh! You know, everyone's just smelling plates, I presume, to see if they're clean. Getting really mad if they don't get passed back quick enough, you know? Like there's a plate sitting there in the middle of the table and an art student with a roll of 50 going, I just feel like America's a police state, you know? The rest of us are, alright, Donald, sniff it or sniff it, what the fuck? Opinions are for the smoking area, you little cunt. Get your mullet out of the bag. On one side of the room, there's a girl getting witchy to Fleetwood Mac in the corner, you know? She's just there, well, here you go. Everyone fucking hates her. What are you doing, having fun here? Fun with the last bus home, love. A drug dealer sits beside me going, go invite the spooky bitch. I don't want to say it was me. Have you heard of me? It's fucking scary, you know? So I'm just looking over at her going, Vanilla, sit down and act scared like the rest of us. It's fun here, I swear. At this stage it's 7:10 and I'm in work at 8. Yeah, so naturally I go, fuck! And start running down the road, you know. One eye wide open with the coke, one eye half closed with the cat. The poppers have my arse. I'm running down the road as fast as I can. Then I get to work. The problem is I've been running and I've drank a lot of cans, too many beers, too many bubbles. I'm gonna get sick, you know? So I'm just Christy Browning my way to the toilet. I'm gonna get sick. Open the toilet door, head over. I'm gonna get sick. Oh, I'm not gonna get sick. Oh, fuck, I got sick. Like the toilet's clean, but everything else looks like the back of JFK's car, you know? May he rest in peace. I go back to my desk, I'm just moving a stapler back and forth, hoping that makes cocaine wear off. Who walks in? Only the Minister for Health, Simon Harris. And every journalist ever, so felt. But I'm a professional, I do what professionals do, you know? I look up from my computer and I go, alright, Simon. Simon Harris comes over to me, in fairness to him. He's like, hi Daniel, how are things? Good to see you again. Not bad, eh? And his wet clammy hand approaches mine. That's my wet clammy hand, he shakes the words. Like 2 storm clouds in the winter sky, you know? Like a few sausages and a pot of coddle. Oh, I've never wanted a Freaky Friday moment in my life, but as our fingers just loosely brushed against each other, I thought, could I become the Minister for Health? And you become a 23-year-old cocaine addict? Didn't happen, no. I had a disciplinary meeting scheduled for that Friday. That Friday was the 27th of March 2020. I don't know if you guys have been watching the news lately, but a certain virus was making its way over from China. So I was setting up a press conference that morning. Every table I set up, this will be the last table I set up in this job. I go down, flick the telly on, and we're told all businesses have to be closed at 2 p.m. So the world went quiet. They were scared. There wasn't a toilet roll left in Tesco, you know? Except for me, who had a disciplinary meeting scheduled at 3:30. So I just went, oh, thank fuck for coronavirus. Oh my God, I love China so much. But I didn't know that at the time, so I was just walking home, scared, afraid, looking at my hand like, how could you? And I got a text from my mate. He was like, all right, Dan, you left 2 cans in here. We're still going if you want to knock down. No, I don't make the same mistake twice. You know, I learned from my lessons. So I thought, go in and have the cans, just don't shake anyone's fucking hand. You know what I mean? I went in, I had a good time. Just gonna end on this. You ever try wanking on cocaine? It's the last thing on my list. It's not good, because I'm trying to be a modern man. I'm 29 now, I'm getting a bit old in the tooth, a bit long in the cock. Doesn't make any sense. And I'm trying new things, I'm trying to keep up appearances, so I start trying to look at cam girls. Have we heard of those? Tried that once, I tell you now, never again. No. Ew! I went onto one of them sites one day, and there was this lady there doing lady things, as you do. She had this like fucking medieval torture device with just these little plastic things attached to her, just speed bagging her clit over and over again. And so the sound of tips coming in. Just every time someone paid, it just went. There was a chat box going there with this lad called Greg who was talking way too much for the room, you know. I didn't know how that could be pleasurable, but she's the professional. So I'm there tugging my little coked up bud, you know, and trying to straighten a slinky. Felt like I was strangling an ice cream, you know what I mean? And eventually, you know, it comes the time. And right when I'm getting there, I hear, thanks, Greg! I'm not Greg. And then I come and I've got Greg on the mind. What the fuck? Now I'm setting up an account, putting a $5 in just to go into the chat box. Fuck you, Greg! You fucking dick, you ruined my wank! Now I'm banned. Turns out you have to be respectful on camhorse.com. It's time, folks, I'm Dan O'Farrell.
That's the end of the first half. What did we do? Well, stroke. That's good. That's a stroke. Maybe stop working on animals.